Hello everyone, it's Luphisra here, and you guys can't hear anything. Give me a moment. OBS. Seriously. Hang on. Wait, no, you guys can hear something. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. But yes, hi. I'm back to play more of What Makes You Take a Stitch in Time. We're in the castle. I managed to snuck in. I'd have to walk all the way there.
Smash through this barrel of wine. It looks like any remaining wine is long since evaporated.
Oh, can I get a cork from this?
I want to find out what's left at the bottom of that barrel.
Fine. Fish crate.
Let's see.
Finally. Freedom at last.
Hey, you're Dr. Coppelius' assistant.
Assistant? Well, yes, I suppose I was assisting him in finding his granddaughter.
What are you doing here, and how did you get into the castle?
Well, let me start by telling you about the many adventurous puzzles that I solved down in the village.
Please skip that part.
If you insist. In the end,
Missed opportunity.
hid in this crate.
Not being able to switch between the two of them.
Boxes of fish that Lao Kane's men transport up to the castle each day. Now that you were kind enough to release me from that slippery box of horrible odors, I will rescue Dr. Coppelius. He's being held prisoner somewhere in the castle. I just hope that my overpowering smell of fish doesn't give away my position. Now, what are you doing here?
I need a signature from Baron Northwest to settle my father's estate. I'd also like to make a case on behalf of the mask shop owner who has been hypnotized by Lowell Kane and his men.
Mr. Mandelbaum? Has he been flashed too?
Yes, how did you know about that?
It seems that several villagers have suffered memory loss. I had a similar
Aloha, Ghosty
Coppelius'
Ozzy.
lab.
Welcome to the stream.
I wonder if there's a connection.
We
Thank
should try to
you,
find
thank
Baron
you. It's a new
Northwest
dress.
as fast as possible. I have a feeling he might be able to help us.
Follow me. I learned some of the castle's layout by looking through a knothole in my crate. It's quite a lot of stairs up to the first floor.
525 stairs, I would expect.
How do you know that?
Through a simple calculation of our assumed depth relative...
Yeah, I don't get any of this part. I
Sorry,
don't know math.
Thinking out loud. Let's go.
Cody managed to go upstairs.
You should have seen the look on that guy's face when I told him his pass wasn't valid. Ha!
What did he do?
Yeah, what did he do?
He tried to bribe me, can you believe it?
And did you take the money?
Of course I did. But I still didn't let him through. It's a perfect way to earn some additional income, isn't it?
You got scared too. You got white hair and you're still an asshole.
Yeah, and since we've started selling all the fish from the village to those big city merchants, we've made ourselves a...
They're all assholes, okay?
And don't forget the
Every single one of them.
envelopes we found in the mail.
Isn't it great? Lowell Kane gives us a brainwashing device and lets us take anything we want from this stinking village, and then pays us a generous salary on top of it all. I think we should treat ourselves to a night out on the town with drink and some ladies once we're done here in Ravenhollow. What do you think?
Sounds
I'm gonna
great.
push you off a
Sounds
bridge.
great indeed. We just have to make sure we don't run into the big city cops. We're still wanted for fraud.
And forgery.
Thank you for telling me that.
Forgery? Come on, you ladies. You're talking to Hold Up Hawkins here. They'll try to put me into jail as soon as I enter the city limits. But that won't stop me from having some fun when I'm done in this boring stinkhole of a village.
So they're all criminals.
Which way should we go?
Let's try the tower on the left. I've seen a lot of activity going on up there while spying on the castle, so I think that's where we need to go.
Okay, let's go.
What's your name, by the way?
Nigel. The name is Nigel K. Trelawney.
I'm Nathan.
Every time I see the name Trelawney, I think of Harry Potter. I'm
Good
sorry.
to meet you too, Nathan. Now let's finish this.
Nigel, you better come up here. I think I found the Baron.
Baron Northwest?
Where is Dr. Coppelius, Baron? Your man Lowell Kane arrested him a couple of days ago. He seems to be unconscious.
It's not blood, is it? I say thank you. This model, man. I'm just saying, the people who made this model kept coming up with new ideas for outfits. I've been loved. You know, it was a good purchase. a good investment. I can stick with this model forever. But yes, hello. How's your week been so far? Okay.
It's Baron Northwest. I didn't expect to find him in such a sorry state.
Excuse me, thank you. So this guy must be dead. We're talking pretty loudly here. But okay, this is a castle. I mean, the animation doesn't show it, but maybe it's really far away. Let's just imagine that. It's so far away that he can't hear us.
Boy, am I glad that's just red ink.
I thought it was blood off. You know.
Baron?
Look, he's awake.
Baron, you wanted me to get the insignia seals of the 9 shareholders of my father's estate.
I don't think the Baron
Now
is
I just need
human.
Your signature.
Give him your father's will, Nigel.
Could you sign this for me, please? Yes, I have the Baron's signature. I can finally settle my father's estate.
Nigel, look. He's written something else.
Help me. What happened to you? What did they do to you?
They brainwashed him.
Baron Northwest?
How long do you suppose he's been in this feeble state?
I have no idea, but if my guess is correct, Baron Northwest was just used by Lowell Kane.
Playing a lot of Switch 2 at night. Got
This
the
note
chance.
proves it.
What have you been playing?
This whole regime is nothing but a big fraud. Although that doesn't explain what Lowell Kane and his men are after.
We'll find out. I'm sure Lowell Kane is close by. And if we find him, then we'll surely find Dr. Coppelius as well. We have to find a way to get rid of that guard so we can get into the main tower.
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I accidentally moved my chair. I lowered it too much. Give me a moment. Okay. My bad. How to get rid of the guard? Can I whack him?
Great. Now my slingshot's loaded with a nice round rock. But remember, with great slingshot...
Mallet and chisel. Can I move his...
I should let him rest.
I can't remove his mask? Okay.
It's a full cup of tea on a silver tray.
Well, at least the Baron gets a cup of tea now and then.
You say that like it's a good thing. It's freaking controlling unconscious. Jeez.
At least this ivy looks pretty healthy.
Can I grab it?
I could use more plants, but I don't want to carry around that pot.
Can I knock this guy out?
It'd be best if our presence remained unknown so the guard doesn't raise the alarm.
Oh, sorry. How do I get rid of him then? I don't know anything to... Can I bash him?
Neither mallet nor chisel should touch this. Neither...
Why? Use the mallet to bash him in the head. He has his back turned to you.
This doesn't need cheap alcohol. Nothing happens. This universal remote control needs...
Okay.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. This universe...
Hey, what do I do? Am I supposed to take the tea?
Here we go.
I can take the tea. Add whiskey.
Doesn't need cheap help.
No? Don't need whiskey? Okay. I'm supposed to add something? Maybe to help him wake up? How to do that?
That doesn't need tweezers.
I don't need tweezers. What do I do? Let me try and go back. You stay here at the Baron. I can't go back. What am I supposed to do? Talk to him?
There's no going back now.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me talk to Nathan. Nathan, do you have anything to say?
Hey, Nathan, what do you think we should do next?
Once you get your signature from the Baron, then we should try to get to the main tower. I bet that we'll find Dr. Coppelius and Lowell Kane in there.
I need to look this up. Oh. What I'm supposed to do is freaking strange. I am supposed to...
Let's hope this Ivy likes cold tea. Now the cup is empty.
Apparently. How am I supposed to think of
Place
this?
it back on the tray.
Am I gonna play too much, like point and clicks have been too violent? Because what I thought is I need to knock the guard out. I need to knock him out somehow. Medication, drug, or bash him in the head. But you're supposed to just...
This should attract the guard's attention.
I'm supposed to just do this and ring the bell.
I'll ring the service bell again. Maybe that guard will refill the Baron's teacup.
Just a second.
Not again. Why do I have to be guarding the Baron tonight? What is it? Tea? You want tea? Give me a break. I brought you a cup 5 hours ago. Well, okay. I bet signing all those new law documents for Lowell Kane was pretty exhausting. Looking at numbers and letters always makes me thirsty too. I'll be back in a jiffy.
The guard is gone. Let's hurry up and head for the main tower.
Okay, let's go.
Don't worry, Baron Northwest. We'll come back with help.
Run! Oh, you
You don't know who you're dealing with, Kane. Stop this before it's too late.
Listen to him, Kane. This has to end before it gets out of control. There's much more at stake here than you think.
Ravenhollow is just the beginning. With the help of the technology that I have collected from the Smith Institute, I will be able to expand my sphere of control, village by village, city by city.
Control? Is that what you call opening people's mail, stealing their hard work, and dominating their lives?
Nigel Trelawney, I see you found a way into the castle after all.
well, duh.
You probably already met Baron Northwest himself, and you brought a friend.
Dr. Coppelius, are you all right?
I'm quite all right, thank you, but I'm afraid that could change very soon.
Where the
Even Mr.
fuck
Kane
is
really
Vincent?
underestimates the forces at work.
Is what I want to know.
Hey, you're the girl from the boathouse. How about you give me back my photograph?
What? Who are you and what are you talking about? Nathan, you shouldn't have come here.
Nora! Oh no. If you're here, then that must mean...
Yes, he's here. I'm sorry that we dragged you into this again, Nathan.
Nathan and Nigel. Nigel and Nathan. You two are remarkable.
Who are you?
I am the one who marvels at how such pathetic and sorry characters as yourselves can still manage to turn up.
You know what the most pathetic thing is? You never did anything throughout the entire game.
Dear old colleagues.
You're upstaged by Lao Kane, dude.
Clockwork.
Like, seriously.
Will surely always proceed a talk.
I swear, Lao Kane is more menacing than you. You're a failure.
Ha! How scientifically profound. I suppose your lackluster science is why you steal your colleagues' inventions instead of developing your own, Vincent Goodchild.
Enough. Why are you jeopardizing our plan by letting these two fools sneak into the castle behind our backs, Goodchild? Now is not the time to get careless.
Oh, so in defense of Vincent, even though I don't want to defend him, it's your failure, Lao Kane, that allowed me to come in to the castle. Your men failed to guard us.
What are you talking about? Are you questioning the quality of my work here?
Dude.
I did my part by protecting you under the scientist's blade during the surgery.
Indeed, and you've done quite well. But your arrogance fails to recall that your source of power here in Ravenhollow comes from that which I gave you.
Yes, your hypnosis device was quite helpful, but you clearly still overrate your role here, good child. You still need me to put your colleagues' inventions to use. You need someone who knows how to lead, how to make decisions. I think it's time for you to make amends for your lack of respect. Castle guards, arrest this man. I no longer need him.
Watch out. Vincent is wearing a strength-enhancing suit, like the one we developed for Professor von Sternberg.
And the heart that we implanted in him will quadruple its power.
The heart? Oh no.
Yes. Vincent forced Grandfather and Professor Smith to copy my...
I'm sorry, the plot is kind of failing. This sounds very dumb.
To protect me from Lowell Kane, who held me hostage until Vincent made it safely through the surgery.
And you made a fine insurance policy, my dear. Heaven forbid that your grandfather's blade would have accidentally slipped during surgery.
Enough. Guards, they exaggerate his strength. You can easily overpower him.
You know what's the most easy thing to do? Do you not have a gun? Can't you shoot him across the brain here? Just shoot him in the head.
Man, Ravenhollow was only
honestly
the beginning.
Ravenhollow is only the beginning, you fool. I promised you a leading role in my plans, and you've played your part. I have only one thing left in store for you, Kane. Removal.
You're just so freaking dumb. I'm sorry.
And now I will fulfill another promise that I made to you, Smith, so many years ago. I will get my hands on the power of your inventions. All of them.
You know it's too late for that, Vincent. They're all gone.
You continue to assume that your research can be hidden from me.
Let it go, Vincent. What Smith says is true. We destroyed our research and prototypes right after the Institute was closed. We knew that we couldn't let that knowledge fall into your hands. Your plan to recover our work failed years ago.
Like the mechanical heart that survived in your granddaughter's chest, Coppelius? You old fools forget that it would only take one machine to crumble your efforts of hiding your research from me. And now that storms rage atop Mount Misery again, I would say that the doorway is reopening.
Does no one own a freaking gun? He's a little military man and you don't own a fucking gun?
Albeit clumsy calculations. This suit and heart should give
And of all scientists, you can't invent a gun, I swear.
Experiment. Gentlemen, I'll see you on the other side of the apparatus.
I can just destroy the machine while you're in it, and then you'll die.
You wouldn't dare.
The construction of that apparatus was a mistake to begin with.
Now there's just one thing missing. Nigel Trelawney, I believe you carry the keys to this operation, both in your mind and in your pocket. I asked you to recover the 9 insignia rings of the founding members of the Smith Institute.
What? Oh, but of course. It wasn't the Baron who required...
Oh, but of course. Can you put some emotion in your acting?
How astute. Straight A's for you, Nigel.
I'm sorry, I'm feeling nothing with this plot. It's too cliche for me to feel anything.
Son.
Do not give him those insignia rings.
Get out of here, Nigel. You mustn't let him take them from you.
900 times 23.003.
22,502.7, but...
Pi divided by 3.51876.
0.
Can you shut up?
Nigel!
Be careful.
I fear I will need your...
You're all
Why in the
fucking idiots. You know, in the time that he's doing his monologue, he could have just grabbed the rings and tossed them out somewhere. He has spent a lot of time trying to find
our rings
the
on
rings.
his way to Mount Misery to finish the experiment. He wants
And by that time, while he's finding the rings, I could just go and grab all the stuff.
lost his notebook in some kind of remote control?
You know, he can destroy the machine.
Is the apparatus? And what does it have to do with Nigel and those rings? And more importantly, how do we get there to stop Vincent? Hey, I had no idea this was underneath the Institute.
It's chilly down here. Where's that draft coming from?
Just a minute. If I change the oscillation...
No, the fluctuation. If you don't change the fluctuation first, then you can't...
Could you stop your quibbling? I know exactly what I'm doing.
I'm sorry, this entire plot is very dumb to me.
Henry,
I'm not supposed to feel like dramatic, like stuff going on, but I don't feel anything.
This looks like an underground train station. The question is, where do the tracks lead?
This train goes directly to the summit of Mount Misery. That was the Smith Institute's largest and most advanced...
Hello, the Hermit Gamer.
Vincent is heading to Mount Misery in that Zeppelin. He's going to finish an experiment that we abandoned years ago.
So we can take this train to the mountain laboratory where Vincent is holding Nigel and Professor Smith?
Exactly. William, do you know if Smith changed the call code for the train?
No, I don't think he would have changed it without telling anyone. Did you try the old passcode?
Of course I did. It doesn't work.
Maybe Vincent changed the code to keep us from following him.
I don't think so. We created a new passcode after we forced Vincent to leave the Institute. One of the remaining 8 of us must have altered it. Wait! The passcode would be encoded in Morse alphabet.
What is it, Grandpa?
I remember running into Nigel Trelawney when we first arrived in Ravenhollow. He mentioned a note that his father wrote on a photograph he was carrying, and that it contained an encoded message.
That must be it. Trelawney must have changed the code, and then mailed it to his son. But why would he do that?
I'm sorry, I know I should be commenting and stuff, but I'm speechless because of how stupid this game is getting.
Told me it was stolen by some girl that he met.
I had high expectations for this game series because it was made by the person who made the Night of the Rabbit, okay? That was an amazing game.
Charge the apparatus with enough energy.
But I suppose, like, part of that is because of Daytime Entertainment, right? Because this one is terrible. I'm sorry.
We don't know where the photograph
I
is
can
now.
see why this series is the first
when you met him at the
that the
dock.
creator made, I
So we know
suppose.
where it was once.
Are you saying...
It's too surface level.
We have to think like Vincent. Just this one time.
We'd have to open our own rift to get the photograph.
We? And the power node in the swamp should still be charged.
Where are you going? And what are you talking about?
I think we have to get Nigel Trelawney's photograph to activate this train, and then follow Vincent up to Mount Misery. Somehow. But I could be wrong.
Hey, wait up!
I'm just watching a movie at
What
this
is
point.
this place?
The power flux is still stable. William, the node has stored enough energy to power Ravenhollow for at least 10 years.
Hello, Herma. Welcome to the
Spare
stream.
parts from an old prototype. But we'll have to build it directly on the swamp's power node to supply the rift with sufficient energy.
It will not be as powerful as the apparatus on Mount Misery, but it should be enough to create a shallow rift, just deep enough to retrieve the photograph.
How do we create such a rift?
A good question.
I'm so bored.
Here, Nathan, take this. This is a list of the items we need to rebuild a prototype of the apparatus.
Adventure calls.
For the last time, quit talking to yourself. We have
Then
no
you
time
guys
to...
quit yapping. You've been yakking longer than Nathan have been talking. Seriously, like he talks to himself this one time and you guys like just shit on him? Come on. He wouldn't be in this mess because of you fuckers. Crazy assholes. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to feel something for these characters, but I don't anymore. Again, this game is it's too cliche, too surface level. There's nothing deep about this game at all. It's nothing more, you know. It's like you kind of expect like the typical things. The evil villain monologue, the stupidity of the protagonist standing there listening to the villain talk. Like literally, it can catch him off guard, you know, at any point. But no, you just decide to let him yap. And then I had to stand there, like listen to you guys monologuing. It's so fucking frustrating. And then you guys have legs, but somehow you guys are going to stand in place and do nothing and let Nathan run around trying to find shit for you guys. Don't even appreciate it. You know, he wouldn't be in this mess because of you shits. Okay, what do we need? It's the notebook, not that.
Dr. Coppelius gave me this list of parts he needs to build the device in the swamp. It reads, 3 prismatic spectralizers, cylindrical crystal prisms, 2 metallic vibrator plates, rectangular frames of equal dimensions covered by a metallic membrane, must be human-sized, 1 vortex stabilizer. A fan blade will suffice.
Okay, let me go back and see in the lab if there's anything I could take. A fan blade is like this one?
Those exhaust turbines are providing ventilation to this facility. I guess that means I shouldn't mess with them.
I need it though.
I can't reach them. Besides, tampering with spinning blades just begs for a denied insurance claim.
Oh, that's a power thing. I go up. I do need the fan exhaust thing though.
I can't reach them.
You can just stand here and reach them.
I can't reach.
But sure, say you can reach them.
It's a strange device that towers out of this hole in the wall. How? Hey, you two, stay where you are.
What? Oh no, it's one of them. Quick, pretend like you don't know him.
I don't know him. I really don't know him. Oh no, he's looking at us.
I know you two. You're Lowell Kane's men. Do you really think you could just walk away from all this?
We don't know what you're talking about. We don't know anyone named Lowell Kane.
And we neither ripped off fishermen nor threatened harmless civilians into giving us their stuff.
Shut up, you idiot.
What? What did I do?
You're both idiots.
So stupid. I'm better off without you.
I'll report you. Then you'll get the punishment you deserve.
What's that?
It's a locked strongbox marked with the castle insignia. It's probably filled with the spoils of that greedy jerk's looting. I don't want to find out how the guard would react if I tried to steal his loot out from under his nose.
You're cowards, seriously. Why are you so afraid? this was into the castle. No. There's nothing in here that I can grab.
I'm too lazy to...
Sorry, can I just grab
I'm
it?
sure Bert wouldn't like that.
I need the head, though, because it says so.
Dr. Coppelius gave me two metallic vibrator plates. Rectangular frames of equal dimensions, covered by a metallic membrane. Must be human-sized. What?
Yeah, human-sized. Is this head not human-sized? Maybe not. This is our friend who lost his mind.
McMagnus? Are you alright?
What am I doing here, and who are you?
He's still suffering from the mind-altering effects of Lowell Kane's hypnosis device. That's McManus's boat. Vincent left it here after he kidnapped Nora.
Can I grab anything?
No, I think this tired old boat is dead in the water. Literally.
Anything I could take, though?
No, I might be robbing some poor old fishermen of their livelihood if I took them.
What am I supposed to look for?
Nothing happens. This universal remote...
In this case, I think I'd drown.
Storeroom door?
It's firmly locked.
Okay. Does this work?
Beautiful. I'd place those in my living room without thinking twice. Yakobo, is everything all right? You look a bit thrown.
See, Kane's men stole my lucky dice. I cannot live without them.
Your weighted dice, you mean?
I do not know the meaning of this word weighted. But yes, the castlemen stole my dice. If you bring them back to me, I will reward you with these colorful crystal tiki heads. I won them from a sailor who found them deep in the Caribbean.
Crystal, huh? I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I'm supposed to grab that. This game is making me bored. Whoa, why are there so many people here? People having fun. Oh yeah, they're back performing. People are having fun while other people are suffering. Fishermen here. Low King's men is gone, so I suppose everyone's happy.
Now here's something interesting. There's a uniform shirt in here with a patch that reads, Pete, Lighthouse Keeper. This shirt may prove useful tonight. I'll borrow it, although it does pain me to raid someone's laundry. I'll make sure to swing by in the morning to return it.
Wrap aluminium foil?
What am I supposed to wrap in aluminum foil?
A human head.
Good old-fashioned aluminum foil.
Why can't I just take it?
No, please. No. This alcohol must have been a substantial investment for Webb. It would be wrong to steal from it.
The fishermen... They are kind of happy with Lao Kane is not here anymore. Understandable. This is the house of the professor. Or the father of Trelawney, actually, not the professor. Where's the cat there? Never mind. Go back to the castle. Can we just head in from the door? Yes, we can. They're gone. Okay.
There's no way I'm getting back into that crate.
I want to just look at it.
It doesn't move.
That doesn't move, okay. Okay. Supposed to talk to people, apparently.
No, he's reading a story. I shouldn't disturb him. Sorry, can I talk to you for a minute? So I take it that you've been allowed back into the village?
Why, yes. A man named Lionstone passed by our camp this morning and invited us to reopen our cart. So tonight we celebrate the decline of the Northwest Restoration.
Why are you juggling with unlit torches?
Well, Mr. Lionstone threatened a lawsuit over village fire code when I tried to light them. So I'm forced to juggle them unlit.
Lawyers.
I'm just sorry that my show isn't more exciting at the moment. What I really need is something that looks dangerous. Something that will amaze our audience and captivate their attention. Any ideas?
Not right now, but I'll keep my eyes open.
I'm supposed to look for something dangerous.
Say, you look familiar. Have we met before?
Nah, I get that all the time. To be honest, if you've seen one traveling entertainer, you've seen us all. Or heck, maybe I just look like some aimlessly wandering bum that you've run into in the past.
Yeah, that's probably it. Strange. Well, I gotta go. Have fun.
Nothing happens. This universe...
That doesn't help. Okay, never mind.
I'm not talking. You can say whatever you want, but I'm not talking.
I don't want to go into jail again, please.
Once the police arrives, you can tell them your story.
I can't wait until they take you two away. I don't want to see you nor your friends in my town ever again. Is that clear?
Yes.
You can't tell me what to do. I haven't done anything wrong.
We'll let the authorities decide about that.
I swear to only use this device for the powers of good.
Okay, but I need to fix it, though. Because I want to make it so that it would help free people. Why is this locked? Where's the scientist people? Oh, they're in the swamp. Okay. Give me a moment. How do I get back to the swamp again? The mic quality for the VA is like varied, like records. Yeah. The mic quality, like for the voice acting, some are really good. Some are just like, it sounds like they recorded using a headphone. You know, like a headphone mic quality. Really bad. And then voice acting. There's no emotion. And like for some reason, it sounds more AI than AI. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've seen some like AI stuff online, like AI dramas. It's becoming a thing in China. They have more emotion than these humans. Like somehow these real people voice acting all these roles, and I appreciate the voice acting, okay, mind you, I do, but they have no emotion in their voice acting. Like they sound so AI, like it's bad. And the worst part is they're not doing it on purpose. You know, like for example, like in Nancy Drew Mystery of the Seven Keys, people complain about the new voice of Nancy Drew as being really sounding like AI. The difference there is that she purposely made herself sound neutral because she did not know what context of what her lines are being used in. I blame this on her interactive for not giving her any directions. She should have known the context so she could have more emotion in her voice acting, because she's not a terrible voice actress. Because in the same game, she voices a part in the play, the female part, and she does a really good job. So she purposely made all her other lines as Nancy sound neutral because she wasn't told exactly what context those lines are used in. So she made herself sound neutral so that it could be used in any context. So that was on purpose. And you can tell, right? It's on purpose because every line is like purposely that way, you know? But in this game, it's like the difference is they're not doing it on purpose. You know, it's like every single one of them, they're supposed to have some emotion and you're expecting it, but it's like, oh, no emotion at all. And it's worse because there's some voice actors, I'm assuming not all of them are professional voice actors. They're probably like friends of the developer or something, you know? Some of them do a slightly better job. They have slightly more emotion in the voice, but it's still really like plain. Like I don't know, like, and the thing about this game and the difference between Mystery of the Seven Keys and this one is that, at least in my opinion, Seven Keys have more story to it, like exciting story in my opinion. Because when I was playing that game, I was excited. Is it the best game out there? No. Is it my favorite game out there? No. Like if you watch my tier ranking list, it's not ranked super high on my list at all. Y'all know I played a lot of games, and quite a bit of them for the past 2 years. The games I played are pretty good. So none of the Nancy Drew games are great, but the storyline is still okay. You know, I was excited for it. And then there's the graphics. But this game is like, the graphics fine. I like the art style, it's cute. But the storyline is too cliche. And it's so cliche, it's bad. You know, because I understand cliche. Even if you watch dramas nowadays, there's some dramas that are just so cliche. I don't usually enjoy it. My sister does. She likes the cliche plots, okay? I like more of the fantasy action kind of thing. But this one is so cliche, it's like there's no surprise at all, you know? And the worst part is because this is supposed to be a sequel to the first game. Yet, for the first half of the game, I'm at Act 3. So technically it's supposed to be like the half part. Because there are like 4 acts in this game, so like 4 chapters. So it's halfway through. The first half of the storyline has nothing pretty much to do with the first game, I'll say. I know the characters from the first game appear at the very beginning, like the Dr. Coppelius, Nathan, you saw him for like a couple seconds. The sailor guy is always sitting there at the harbor, but it's not related to the storyline we're playing at all as Nigel. So I feel like that's a worse decision, like on like the developer's part. Like, why did you change up the story? I feel like it could have been connected to the first game, would have been better. Like, make it so that we just play as Nathan. Don't introduce Nigel or whoever, like, new character in the beginning. You want to introduce a character, do it at the halfway point or somewhere down the line, not as a character we play from the start. You know, we should play as Nathan and pick up where we left off in the first game. You know, and then we're trying to go through all the town stuff, solving puzzles, and we get to the point where, okay, Nathan is in the cart. he goes to the castle. From there, you can split, right? You can make a switch to Nigel. Then we play as Nigel. Cut his bit shorter a bit, right? So, he comes to town looking for, like, the person in charge the lawyer trying to solve his estate thing with his father, you know, and then we play as him. No, and we learn that, oh, he is part of the Smith team. Like, his father is one of the scientists. So he has something important information. You know, like, emphasis on the picture more. Because the one thing about this game is that you can't zoom in and view the picture. You see. And then the picture that is supposed to be very important and has like the supposed passcode that's really important to the plot, you lose it right at the beginning. Very quickly. And then that's it. And the reason why he lost it is just, oh, this random girl that I don't know wants the picture here. A girl that doesn't even offer to save us and free us or anything. She just takes it. And somehow Nigel's like, oh, the one thing my father sent me in, like, after his death, that one picture from the will, I'm gonna give the picture away. That's it. The Morse code that's supposedly on the picture, you know, I'm not gonna even bother to solve it. Definitely not important information. Who the fuck cares? Just gave it away. Like, at least let the player see the picture, or have like Nigel talk about it more, you know, or have like we have cutscenes with like, as when you're playing as like Nathan, have like other characters, like we see a sneak peek of like Vincent, because the thing about Vincent is like he ran away in the first game. He came here, we know that. We didn't see him for the long time until like say the halfway point, right? Start of chapter 3. And we see him briefly and he does this evil monologue. It's better if you just make it so that he appears in cutscenes, you know, in the first half of the game, playing as Nathan. So we see him a bit. He's with Dr. Coppelius and he's up to something evil. And I bring reference to this from this Christmas game I played. What was the name again? Watch Over Christmas, I think it was called. It's a kid's point and click, or rather point and click that's definitely made for kids or a younger audience. But I enjoyed it really much, despite how it is definitely made for a younger audience. It's definitely a bit more childish in that sense, and the whole plot line. But they do that, you know, where they build kind of suspense. Like you see every now and then like the evil guy, and then he's with Santa. And you know he's evil. You see glimpses of him a bit now and then. Not a lot, but you still see him like a bit, you know. And you can tell, yeah, he's the big bad. We're supposed to defeat him, you know. You even if for a couple seconds at least, there's a build-up, you know. And yeah, even for kids, you can enjoy it. You can make it fun. But this game is definitely not like supposedly made for kids. You know, I don't think so. PG-13 maybe. You know, maybe upwards teens, because I mean, I don't know. It's not advertised as for kids, I guess, but it could be. But it doesn't feel that way to me, you know. And there's no build-up. Like I said, there's a disconnect with the first game, because you start playing as Nigel. It has nothing to do with the plot of the first game. You go up playing as Nigel, and suddenly you go into the castle, bam, we bring Vincent back. We bring all the first characters back. And then because it's so disconnected from the first game and its plot, you have to have the evil guy do his entire monologue. And all the characters from the first game just talking for the longest time, and all you do, like the player, is sit there, watch the cutscene of them talking for like 10 minutes, trying to explain the plot of the first game, like, oh, what's going on right now, this evil guy, what's he's up to, and blah blah blah. Because like I'm playing it back to back now, but imagine when this game was released and you play the first game first, which already was very short. And then the second game, I imagine, I don't know if it was released at the exact same time the first game was, but imagine it was like split, like, you know, it's not released at the same time. Or people don't play immediately one after another. They wouldn't remember the plot. They'll be like, what the fuck? I was playing as Nigel in this estate thing, and then now you bring this random shit up? Like, what's that got to do with the Nigel story? Why sneak in the plot, like, out of nowhere, like, you know? Which is already a problem, like, you know, the game's already, like, not, I guess, not super long. The second game's longer, but really, it's better, I think, to just put the first game and second game as one game at this point. So you start as Nigel, and then everything happens in the first game, and then up to the town part, you play a bit more, and then you try to sneak into the castle, and then, yeah, Nigel. You know? But then you start playing as Nigel in the second game, and then I got used to it, and then suddenly, oh, I was thinking, okay, what the fuck is with, like, Vincent? For the longest time, I actually forgot about Vincent, and I knew he was in the castle, obviously. That part was obvious. You know, and with the whole mind controlling thing, it's not hard to figure out that he's controlling the people and the Baron, you know, and that he's there somewhere. And then Nathan's gone forever. You don't see him. You know, like with Dr. Coppelius, you know, people are like, okay, yeah, he is captured, so you don't see him. Makes sense. He is kidnapped, right? He's locked up. But where's Nathan? He spent the entire game not running into him in town. You've been running in town as Nigel. I've been going everywhere in town, and for some reason, I never ran into Nathan, not even once. This is not a big town, guys. You're telling me of all the longest time, I never ran into Nathan. At all. And he has a great way of sneaking into the castle just by being in the ship thing, like with the crate of fish, and we just have to do all that crazy shit just to go in. Like, what? Argue this 5 out of 5? No. No, actually, it's kind of dumb. It is dumb, is what it is. This is dumb. I need to decoy this. I need to sneak it, but okay, let me go back to the doctors first. I need to have them.
There's no time for.
Have them fix up the minesweeping. Is this as black as the Blackwell series? Okay, here's the thing about the Blackwell series. The difference. This game is very surface. I have no other description for this game as it's too surface. It's like, it's not deep. It's not like a lot of other mystery games where there is like an up and down, you know? There's a high and low, like there's a build up. There's like a climax, you know, there's something coming, right? This game is just flat. It's like a straight line. Instead of up and down, it's like straight line. There's nothing exciting happens in this game. It's just straight all the way, very surface, and the plot line. And if you're a gamer, you've played enough games, and you don't even have to play a lot. If you've played enough games, just a couple, or maybe even like 1 or 2 like point and clicks before this one, some other point and click, good ones, it's very easy to guess the plot. And I imagine like because point and click is such a niche thing for gamers, even, that anyone who even discovers this game probably would have played a lot of other point and clicks at this point, a lot of other games. It's not that hard to guess the plot line from the very beginning. You know, the moment you start the first game, at the very beginning, literally at the beginning of the game, you start 5 minutes in, you can guess the plot line. You know what's going to happen. There's nothing exciting going on with this game at all. As much as they tried to do the Vincent evil, captured Nigel thing, it's not you can expect that. Nothing exciting. But the thing about Blackwell is that as bad as it was, you know, especially with the final 3 games, I would say, there is a buildup. As bad as it was, as shitty as it was, there's a buildup. As y'all know, the first game in the Blackwell series is the best. You know, there is a very obvious buildup. You play as Rasa. You know what you're getting into. You are forced to get an interview. You know, about this girl's suicide. You're supposed to go investigate. And because she's sort of like a freelance writer, journalist person, writer thing, and then she's forced to be sort of like a reporter journalist. And then as she wants to go and like interview the people for the article and stuff, because she's supposed to like forced to write this article about this suicide of a girl. And she investigates, kind of like a detective does, but then as the more she looks into more, she realizes, oh shit, there's more to this story. And then obviously you're partnered with Joey, and then you realize there's something even more. They're a ghost. And like they're tree girls, and all three like committed suicide. 2 of them died by suicide, and the last one survived, but she's in a hospital. And then you realize there's something so more going on, and then you build it up to the end, and then you're like, oh, that's okay. It's kind of mid. The first game, it's not as good as people made it out to be, like the Blackwell series, but it's all right. The first game is fine. Second game is also like mid level, a bit lower than mid, because there's also a build up. Because you this time play as Lauren, which I don't know why they switched at this point even, but they switched. So you play as Lauren, who's more of a badass than Rasa is, obviously. At that point, she's been doing that for a while. She goes and tries to look for these ghosts. So that's what she's been doing for a while. She's been nosy Nancy, looking for ghosts to help them move on. She finds 2 ghosts, and you thought in the beginning, oh, it's not connected at all. There's one random ghost playing the saxophone, you know, maybe, you know, and the other ghost, the apartment ghost, where you're like, not connected, right? But then as you investigate and look into their story, you're like, oh no shit, it's connected. They both died because someone choked them to death. Someone killed them. You thought the saxophone ghost was not related. He just died of natural causes maybe, and that was like the stage. That was my initial thought. Like you thought that, oh, the area he's performing in, it could be the stage. It could be that back in the day, it was like where he performed at. There was a stage and everything, but then now it's like this open space area. Stage gone. Then you realize, oh no shit. There's more. He also got murdered. And then this random crazy old lady shows up at both locations where the ghosts are haunting the place where they died. And you realize that's got to be connected. This random person showing up, not so random, not a coincidence at all. Easy at that point for any like person who has played enough mystery games or is into mystery to figure out and link stuff together. You know, you put 1 and 2 together, yeah, you can kind of guess where it's going. I don't like the ending of the second game all too much. Like I said, I feel like it's too erupt. I get what they're coming from, because at that point, honestly though, like I don't know what better way you could end with the old lady, because it's hard to explain how you know she killed people, because both of the victims died. No one knew anything, no clues. I don't know how she even managed that, because it was supposed to be random. But like, honestly though, I feel like the writer wrote them into a corner, because if you really think about it, there's no way to improve that story or change the ending to make it better. Like, how do you, I can't even think of a better ending for that game, you know? So they wrote themselves into a corner there, because you can't change anything about it. That's the best way to end the game, you know? So that, until that part, like I said, mid, but still fine. And then the third game comes along. That's where things go downhill, right? I know I'm going on a tangent. It's not related to this game anymore, but this game's so boring, okay? Let me make it more exciting for you guys. And I know you guys don't mind listening to me talk, so why not? So, third game goes downhill because I don't know, they changed writers or something, because apparently not, because the same person worked on all 5 games so far. But I don't know why they decided to like retcon a lot of the storyline that from the first 2 games. Suddenly, the Countess, which is the old lady's name, she shows up again. She shows up again like as a ghost, because she died in the second game. Lauren pushed her off because she wanted to kill Lauren. We kind of did that on purpose, but she wanted to kill Lauren. So in order to defend herself, Lauren pushes her off the balcony, which the second game ends there. There's no like credit scene where they address what happened after, how they dealt with the body and stuff. No, I'm gonna just assume in my head, just to make the story a bit better, that the journalist guy at the New Yorker testified. No, he helped us talk about it because he knew someone's killing all these people, everyone he write about, right? And he wrote about Lauren, so, you know, like maybe he helped testify at the police. Yeah, this bitch is crazy. He went after this lady. It's self-defense, you know, and yeah, then she just fell off while we were fighting her off. She died. Yeah, and that's it, right? I'm just gonna assume that's what happened. Okay. The third game starts. You play back as Rosa from the first game, the first Blackwell game. Lauren is not mentioned. Her story, what happens after, why she went insane, nothing is addressed at that point. And in the second game, when the Countess dies, no ghosts, nothing happened, no sign at all that she's coming back. You know, so it feels like that's the end. And it's a storyline, okay? Nothing, move on. No energy, nothing. But then in the third game, they brought her back. She's still killing people. She's still fucking insane. And there's a drop plot line in the third game that's never mentioned. There's a ghost who seems to be possessed by this other ghost. So in the beginning, as a player, you play and think, is that ghost, he's possessed by a demon? A poltergeist? A ghost of another ghost? Like, what happened there? Never addressed. They dropped the plot for who knows why. They never answer that question. So, no answers there. And that led to a lot of other questions that's not answered in the game, because they just decide to randomly, halfway through the game, decide to change the storyline. They retcon their own storyline, and they're like, you know what? I wrote all this stuff, this general plotline. I don't want that anymore. I want to bring back the Countess. So they brought her back and ruined everything. And apparently, it's a ghost that you're not supposed to be able to physically touch people. Somehow, this Countess, it's like the one ghost that like the laws of the world doesn't work for her, because as a ghost, she can touch all these human beings and touch all these like solid objects. Like he could just kill this people, kill that people. Like, I don't know how she does it, but it never answered as well. You know, and then, but you know what? Okay, fine. You know, as shitty as it was, it happened. They brought her back. Okay, never mind. We find a bit more of a story, which another ghost always shows up in Ross's nightmare or dreams, not really contributing to the storyline until the last, like, what? Couple minutes. Not important anyways. You know? And then, yeah, you find out about the Countess story. She went nuts. They made it seem like, oh, it's the ghost. Like in the second game, they made it seem like the ghost broke things off. So you would think as the person playing the series, like, oh, so not all guides are good, or not all guides are willing to guide their mediums. You know, so the Countess guide broke things off. You know, like their bond broke, she went nuts. And so she just thought that she was doing the right thing, and like just unknowingly found a bond with this random guy and just thought that she was getting a signal to help these people, when not realizing these people are still alive. In her head, she thought they were dead. I don't know, right? So you could assume that, but in the third game they changed things up. There's like, nope, she broke things off. She herself went crazy. Never explained that in the third game though, mind you. And then she moves on. Right, like she tries to kill the evil guy, but then which, by the way, he wasn't like, yeah, that guy did try to purposely kill people, but yeah, like, and then again, how did she even do that? She's a human being, but whatever. They already broke a lot of their own rules. And then she moves on at the end. She moves on, and the thing about the Blackwell series is that no consequences. Any bad things happen, no consequences. Even though they introduced like a supposed consequence in the first game with the devil, like the whole the supposed evil was not really evil in the first game. He was just so scared of the devil that he tried to get all these people to save him and drove them nuts so that they committed suicide. It's an accident. Doesn't excuse his actions as you know, but it was an accident. Never answered in the rest of the game series. Okay, so introduced that mechanic, never used again. The Countess move on, nothing happens to her. Fourth game comes along. they tried to explain why the bond between the Countess and her guide, whose name is Madeline, broke. They tried to explain it at the very end, though, because you don't see the big bad until like the last part of the game. Again, Countess storyline kind of dropped. You just assume why it happened is because of this guy, because he mentioned it in one line, and that's it. You don't go into the storyline of the Countess and what happened. He just mentions this one line, and you're set to assume he got to her somehow. Which I also don't know how that happened, because in the third game, she made a connection with this other guy. And she was like kind of sane enough at that point to make a connection that they had an attraction to one another. They had a thing going on, like a romantic thing. So she wasn't completely nuts at that point. I don't know what happened, that she suddenly got the connection to this other guy. No, but you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to fill up the gaps and holes in their storyline. And as much as I don't like the plot, and I do shit on it a little bit, the fourth game, though, like I said, I like the girls, like, what was her name again? The little romance between the girl and Joey. So you see the other side of Joey. So not all storyline in the fourth game is bad. You know, it started off like with Rasa. So it's been a while since the first game. You've been doing like the whole ghost thing for a bit. No? And there is this, and then you get a call from a friend, or you know, you want to meet up with her, only to realize that guy is dead. Which apparently, surprisingly, how the fuck did ghosts can call mediums in that game? Apparently, they don't even have they have a ghost phone that can somehow connect to real phones, but whatever. They get a call, and she realized, oh, the friend's dead. He doesn't know he's dead yet. So we have a personal connection this time to the storyline. It's why we want to investigate and find out who is behind all this. So there's the build-up. It started off good. And then there's the whole thing with one of the girl, I think Stella was her name or something like that. That I don't like that storyline at all. And then, like I said, there's a storyline with another lady whose name I don't remember at this point. I'm bad with names, okay? But I liked her storyline better. You can see what they're trying to do with the storyline, so it's more realistic in a sense, because unfortunately there are people who are with Stella's storyline. It's a very cliche one-sided love thing, too obsessed, like obsession leads to death kind of thing. You know, I don't like the plot, but I can see where they're coming from. Second plot line was better. So at that point, I thought it was the things were picking up. I liked that storyline. I thought, you know what? Game 4 might be good. But then the actual Big Bad Gavin shows up, and then obviously things get ruined. It's stupid. Entire plot line stupid. But there was a build-up. Like I said in the game, there was a build-up. There's an up and down. So it started off good. It dropped a bit, and then there's the whole like story with the other girl, and then her story, like her little romance with Joey. And Joey's showing another side of him that actually cares for all these people, not just he got used to all these like deaths and ghosts. And so he wants to get this guy too, because, you know, and then he gets sent away, the bond almost breaks, and you see that he actually cares for Rosa, you know? And you know, there was a build up. It ended badly for me. Personal preference, I think, because I know there are other people who really enjoyed the Blackwell series, and the fourth and fifth game, it's just not my thing. I just don't like it personally, you know, not my cup of tea. But there was a build-up. There was an up and down. You see, there was an up and down. So as bad as it was while I was playing that game, and I really shitted on it, there was an up and down. And I didn't play Game 5, but I looked up reviews. And it's bad when both positive and negative reviews talked about how the ending to the entire storyline, because the fifth game is the final game in the series. There's no game after that. It's bad. Even the positive reviews said that the ending was disappointing. And there's still a lot of unanswered questions that you know will never get answers because they're not going to make a 6th game in the Blackwell series. 5th game is final and that's it. People liked it because of the ride, you know, the overall game. For me personally, I didn't enjoy any of the games while I was playing it. But I can see where they're coming from. Just for me, as I said in my playthrough of Blackwell, it fell short. I could see where they're coming from. I could see what they're trying to do with the plot lines, but it fell short to me. Like it didn't make the cut, you know? Like I got too high expectations for the game series somehow and maybe because I played too much point and click. So I'm like, I got that expectation level that is just, and I played the Blackwell series. I've been hearing good things about. Everyone played it, had positive things to say about the series, and then I just got disappointed. But yeah, 5th game has a bad ending. Like both positive and negative reviews said that it was terrible. So good thing for me, I didn't play it because I would be so upset. The graphics are good though. I've looked at the graphics. It does look good, but it's just, I know I'll get upset playing it, you know? But at the very least, overall for the Blackwell series, if you want me to choose between Blackwell and this game, you know, I never thought I would say this, I'll pick Blackwell. Because as shitty as it was to me, I can acknowledge that it's my personal preference that made it so that I don't like the game. Because I can see why people like it. I can see why people enjoy it. But it's just not my type of game. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know my favorite games. Right? There's some games I talk about a lot. Every time I do sort of a little review of a game, I bring them up. You know my taste by now, okay, people watching? So you can see why I don't like it, you know? But that's the me thing. You know, I can still see why people fancy the Blackwell series. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? Not that it's a bad game series, it's just, I wish it could have been better. It could have been better. But this game, though, it's flat, like I said. You know, like, I prefer a game where there are ups and downs instead of a game that's flat. Because I like when I can't guess the plot. Even if it's a bad decision. And I end up, like, hating on the game and shitting on it and being so salty that I'd rant for, like, 3 hours nonstop about how horrible the game is. But there is, like, an up and down. Like I said, personal preference thing. I might hate it, but I can see why people like it. And I respect their choice. I just don't understand, you know, it's just not my thing. But this game is so flat. You know, the What Makes You Tick series is so flat. I can guess every plot line. There's no surprise. There's no up and down. Nothing. It's just flat. And because this is such an old game, it has the classic point and click logic. And that makes it even worse for this game because you know exactly what's happening. What's going to happen, who's the bad guy, what's up. There's nothing surprising here, but yet all these puzzles are made to be difficult to solve on purpose with point and click logic, which as some people like to call it, moon logic. Which is pretty much no logic. Like why do you have to go this way to solve it? It doesn't make sense. And then you get stuck, and then what do we do? Oh, you need to talk to this person and that person, you know, in order to do things, like, which again, they're trying to make things difficult, but you know what the storyline is at that point. So it's just boring. And then especially when you have the second game where it's so disconnected from the first one. And it's like, it would have been better if there's more exciting, you know? And like these characters, these 3 characters appear in the first game. They should have showed up more. They should have showed up more in the game, like throughout. They don't. Now, you can argue this guy was captured. You can argue that she was brainwashed and so she was being held hostage. The only time she came out was because she was like controlled. What about him? Even if you're playing as Nigel, we can like see Nathan. It would be better if you can meet Nathan in town at some parts of the game and talk to him. Like, hey, what's up? Or we switch playing between Nigel and Nathan. But no, you decide to suddenly switch to playing as Nigel for no apparent reason. Because I've argued this about like Blackwell series where they suddenly switch protagonists for the second game, and I know it's my fault for being dumb that I didn't notice that we were playing as Lauren and not Rosa. But you can argue that for the case of Blackwell, it's connected because Lauren is the aunt of Rosa, and she was the partner of Joey before Rosa. So you can argue that maybe the developers just want to show you her side of the story a little bit. Right? Because it's connected. They are connected. But in this game, they made it like it's not really connected. Like, you know, obviously he's connected. Like I said, the plotline is not like that difficult to figure out. But it's so... They made it such a small thing, you know? Like, they didn't bring it up too much. Like, the whole thing with the Smith Institute and everything. There should have been more. Especially on Nigel's part, because we were playing him for so long. But it's not. And it's just kind of like disappointing. Too flat. Like, really, it's too flat.
Dr. Coppelius, is there a way to reconfigure this device to reverse the damage done to the...
That's the worst thing about stories. When you have, like, a story that's too flat. There's no up and down. There's no build up.
We had frequent
it's just too flat
around the Smith Institute that left our members confused after an encounter with Vincent. In retrospect, I suppose those incidents foreshadowed the ill events to come. Just a moment.
So coughing a little bit.
Almost have it.
Just with my
there. One reversed
acid reflux and stuff.
Thank you, Dr. Coppelius. I know some villagers who will greatly appreciate this.
And how does he know? I know he knows about the Mr. Mandelbaum, is that his name? Because Nigel told him, but what about the others? How does he know about the other people? Like, honestly, why could I play as him? Why do you have to change to Nigel? Not that I hate Nigel or anything, but seriously though. Like, I don't know, it's just not an exciting game, and I'm someone that likes more like action in my game. I know some people wouldn't mind it because you can argue this is kind of a cozy game, you know? It's not scary or anything like that, but I like more excitement. I like more happenings in my game. It's why I didn't enjoy Siberia, which is also another very iconic point and click game. But I played Siberia. I got super bored. I only played the first game and never the rest of the Siberia series because of how bored I was. It's very slow, like too slow for me. It's like, you know, but that's for just for me personally. I know a lot of other people enjoy it, just not me. Okay, Mandelbaum, let me free you from your mind control.
Eve, don't bring that strange cat in here again. Who knows where it has been?
But Mr. Boots is our cat, Dad. Why did you chase him away?
Don't worry, Eve. He will remember again.
Nigel said the same. He wanted to help, but he never came back. And Mr. Boots ran away too. He was scared of Dad.
I know that Nigel would come back if he could. You see, without him, I wouldn't have this.
It's nothing to do with Nigel. It's the evil guy being incompetent.
Eve, what?
How the fuck do you know Nathan?
Are you looking?
How do you even meet Nathan in the first place?
Mandelbaum, are you feeling better?
Why, yes. What?
I swear, we should have played or seen
I guess.
Nathan.
Dad, are you okay again?
Yes, dear. But where is Mr. Boots?
You chased him away.
Remember? You chased him out of the house.
Oh no, I didn't mean to. Nathan, you have to help me find Mr. Boots.
Sure, I've seen the cat. Where is he again? I've seen the cat, then I always forget where I've seen the cats. Is it where my house is? Hold on. It's on top of the Trelawney's house. I keep forgetting I'm not playing as Nigel anymore. Here, fishy.
Here, Boots. How about a nice, tasty fish?
This is why you're carrying a fish around.
Response. He doesn't seem to be interested. Given the smell of this old fish, I can't say that I blame him.
Oh, he doesn't like the fish? What does he like then? What did Mr. Boots like? Can I grab the knives first? Can I use the knives?
Mr. Mandelbaum, do you think I could borrow these fine carving knives?
Well, I don't normally lend out my tools. Nothing personal. But I find that I generally don't see them returned.
No problem. I understand.
Maybe I can have to find the cat thing first. Can I talk to her about the cat?
Is everything all right?
Please, help my dad.
I'm bored. Hold on. I need to go to the lighthouse. Let's go to the lighthouse first. Not that I have anything to do anyways.
The patch reads, Pete, the lighthouse keeper. Yeah, the shirt is still damp from the laundry. More good incentive to return this to Webb in the morning. Hey, there's a key in the pocket. It must open the door to the lighthouse.
Okay, lighthouse.
I'm in.
I'm in there like swimwear, is what Spy Fox would say. Take the sticker.
The Ravenhollow harbor will be free of this watchful eye. I'll need to insert something into the funnel to soak up some oil.
Oh. Insert something to the funnel. I don't have anything yet, sorry. Oh, I need to illuminate this cellar. How do I do that? Do I just shine it at the castle?
Wow, I can make some serious shadow puppets in the light. What would I do with it?
Oh, can I shine the castle?
What would I do with it? Wow.
Or do I need to know stuff? Let me go back to the castle. Oh my god. And to look at this first and notice, hey!
Definitely something back there, but it's too dark to make out clearly. If only I could illuminate this darkness. And look, there are already torch mounts on the wall here.
But I don't have a torch. So. Back to the lighthouse. And yes, I'm referring to a watcher at this point. Because I've got so far. I need to finish this game, but yeah, I'm so bored.
Wow.
How do I move this thing? Is there a control button here? No, this just go down. Apparently not. I thought I could use this to... Oh, never mind. The conundrum, want to finish versus boredom. I mean, I played so far though. That's the thing. If I just started, I could have like just not finished it, but I played so far, so I've got to finish it eventually.
Unfortunately, the lighter's puny flame won't do much against this stifling darkness.
I need a torch. Is there a torch? Okay, I need to get the cat first, apparently. Fine. Jeez. I'm doing things out of order. Which, by the way, speaking of, like, wanting to finish, I might not finish Agatha Christie Death on the Nile. Probably not surprising any of you guys, but, I don't like how I keep getting motion sickness from playing that game. It's gotten to the point where...
May I borrow this milk bowl?
I'm kind of associating motion sickness with playing Death on the Nile.
Of course. Mr. Boots absolutely loves that bowl. In fact,
I don't know how to update Agatha Christie. I didn't know motion sickness simulator.
Feel free to borrow the bowl.
It sucks when you say that because I really don't want it to be associated with motion sickness simulator, you know, but it is. And the worst part about this is my body is dreading playing it, you know. I'm not feeling excited to play Death on the Nile anymore. Which is not something I want specifically. Is there soup or milk? How do I get milk? Where do I get milk? Who owns milk? This is a pub. Do I not need milk? I'm not gonna give you alcohol, obviously. But yeah, because my body is starting to associate death on the Nile with motion sickness. I'm starting to not look forward to that game. That's why you have seen that after a couple of streams I have not been playing it. Because I don't want my body to associate motion sickness with a game like Death on the Nile. Because the thing about Agatha Christie games is not bad. You know, it's not terrible. Like, apart from And Then There Were None, I liked all the other Agatha Christie games that I played, even the Orient Express 2023. But the difference with that one is that the majority of the time you spend on train. So I don't have to move the camera a lot. It's only when you go to the flashback scene of the other detective, like Joanna, I think her name was, or Joanne or something like that. And at the very end, when we leave the train, is when the motion sickness kicks in. But by that point, I'm so far into the game, I gotta finish it. I can still enjoy majority of the game because it's like on a train. I can get at least an hour or so in, you know? But not with this. Not with Death on the Nile. I couldn't sometimes even get like 10 minutes. And I have to force myself to play longer because I don't want my videos to be just 10 minutes. With the majority of the time of that me being lost and doing nothing. You know? I need to keep some titles after Stitching
Even if
Time.
this is his
Got
favorite
Full
bowl,
Throttle.
I
The
don't
game's
think
pretty
he'll be
short even
interested
by
in it while
Alistair.
it's empty.
Oh, can I get water then? Lure it. Water.
Mr. Boots' bowl.
What do I lure? There is milk, apparently. Do you see what I mean? With point and click. How would I know there's milk here? See, the issue with this, like, why would milk be here? Why would I come to the antique store when I know the antique guy is outside watching the performance? Stupid is what it is. I'm gonna spend the entirety of my time, like, just wandering about, like, what the fuck, did I find milk?
Needed here. Mr. Boots'
Ah, shut up.
Mr. Caro won't notice if his services take an extra day to resume, right? The bowl is filled with milk now. Today's Daily Mail. It doesn't mention anything about Ravenhollow or Lowell-Cane. I wonder if anyone outside of Ravenhollow even knew what was happening here.
Probably not.
At least it looks like the paper is being delivered again. That's a good sign.
But yeah, because I don't want to ruin my emotions and feelings for Agatha Christie. Because, you know, I love Agatha Christie games, okay? But I feel like I should stop Death on the Nile. Maybe listen to some other people play it because I can't watch. It's that bad, okay? I should have known, but I mean, I wanted to try if I could play it first, but I guess not. I'll take it as a donation for the developers because I know the game's good. You know, like of all the modern like Agatha Christie games so far, I've enjoyed almost all of them. The only one that I haven't played is Death on the Nile. I know that one's pretty good. Like people enjoyed it, like most of them. So I don't want to ruin my emotions for Agatha Christie. So I might just stop playing Death on the Nile. Because I want to have positive feelings. I don't want to associate like Agatha Christie with motion sickness. And then dread having to play it. But next time though, I've learned my lesson. Maybe I should not buy the game when I know I can't play it. I did that for several games already. I own several games that I know I want to play, but I know I'll get motion sickness from, which is sucked. Because I can't return it or anything at this point. It's just been sitting there forever. So like I said, donation. That's my donation to the developers. Make more good games. There's another series that the Microids did publish, like the Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot series. That one I can play. I played one of the games on my channel before. So I'm thinking, maybe I want to switch out Agatha Christie Death on the Nile with another Agatha Christie game.
Delicious fresh milk. Good boy.
Hiya!
Come on, Boots. Let's go back to Mandelbaum's shop.
So I was thinking, maybe I could play the OG, the Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express. It's either that one or Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot, the First Cases. But I feel like the OG Orient Express is better. A little bit. They have David Suchet voice Poirot in that game. Okay? Just...
You found Mr. Boots.
It's David Suchet.
You have no idea.
He is the Poirot, like
this takes off my mind. By all means, if there is ever.
But we'll decide what game later, after stream. We'll focus on this one too. Let me finish this game first.
I have been admiring those fine carving knives over there. That set of 3 looks useful.
I want to finish this game by today so I can start something new tomorrow.
Goodness knows, I have more than enough knives to facilitate my work. Please, take them as my thanks for your help.
Thank you. Are these knives as sharp as the ones they advertise on radio? Could they cut through a shoe?
Ah, perhaps. Come now, let's join in the celebration outside. What do you say, Eve?
Yay!
I still think this guy makes a more, bigger part to play, but yet he's not. Anyway, here you go.
Hey, I think I may have something that would interest you. How about some knives to make your show look more dangerous?
Wow, that would be great. Those would look way more extreme than these unlit torches. I'll trade you my torches for those knives.
That sounds fair.
Great, I need a torch. Give me a torch.
You'll need to douse the wicks in some kind of lamp oil before you can light them.
Find oil for the torches.
Yes, I know. I'm not an idiot.
Yep, 1, 2, 3. Around and round they go.
Don't chop your...
Fantastic.
Entertaining.
Yeah, don't chop your hands off. Okay, so I know where to find oil. Okay, light them up.
Unlit torches won't help here.
I mean...
Unlit torches won't... Unlit...
Move out of the fucking way! I want to do the oil thing and you're standing in my way, you freaking bitch! How do I... Where's the oil thing?
Perfect. The torches fit down into the funnel and into the lamp's oil reserve. The torch wicks are soaked with oil now.
Nice, okay. Let's go back. All this backtracking, though, this is why sometimes I appreciate hidden object games in their map. Like fast travel, man. Gotta love it. There has to be more, like, point and clicks that has, like, hidden object UI because it's so good. Give me that hint button, skip button, and the map. I want it.
These torches could only illuminate the darkness if they were lit.
Can't you put it then damn lit?
On fire.
Oh, you Jesus.
There. That shed some light on the situation.
There is a dummy. That's a wheelchair.
This cellar is not the place for a wheelchair derby.
This is the...
This appears to be the wheelchair of Professor Sternberg from
Sternberg's wheelchair.
Vincent must have been after him, too. I wonder what happened to him.
There's a note here. Let's take a look.
Hey, this letter was written by my university. They were writing about... me? The letter was addressed to Dr. Coppelius. The castle must have intercepted it. I'll add the letter to Nigel's notebook.
Okay, then let's read it then. Why are you turning the pages so slowly? The loading is so freaking slow. I hate it. Okay. Letter to Dr. William Coppelius sent 2 weeks ago. Dear Dr. Coppelius, we have been contacted by your former colleague, Professor Smith, who was inquiring about your whereabouts, asked to reestablish contact with you. For some reason, he believes that you're in great danger. Unfortunately, we have been unable to reach you since your last letter over 1 year ago. We'll be sending a young man named Nathan Mallory, who is working for our academic administration, to your last known residence in the coming week. In the unlikely case that you have refused to contact us on purpose, we apologize in advance for the intrusion. We hope that Mr. Mallory will find you in good health and that he manages to forward Professor Smith's warning. Okay. Mr. Dummy!
Nothing happens.
You work? No. You're not working.
Hey, this looks like a naked version of that dummy hanging out in the woods.
And how in the fuck do you know that?
This poor guy had to suffer through.
Have you been there? Honestly.
Ugh, there's a label scrawled on the back that reads inventory forms. So much for finding something interesting.
Well, I need it.
There's no mistaking the origins of this box.
All right. Can I take the dummy?
How exactly?
Carry it. What do I use it on?
Nothing happens. This universe... Nothing happens. This universe... Nothing happens. This universe... Nothing happens. This universe...
that device will need to be activated first.
How do I activate it? Where is it?
There's not much I can do with it from here, unless I can find a way to control the device remotely.
Okay, I need to go up. I'll go upstairs. How do I go? How do I get the device? Where's the device?
How? How? It's a strange device that towers out of this hole in the wall. There's a socket in the base labeled as LC1983.
LC1983. Oh, I need to go back to the castle.
Hey, I wonder how many... That wouldn't be helpful. This appears to be the wheel... Vincent. This cellar is not the place for a wheelchair derby.
Where am I supposed to find that thing?
No. This dank... There was just enough room to slide the painting off to one side. Huh. Something else was behind the painting. Hey, there's an old portrait under here.
What's that portrait?
It's a portrait of an old woman. The plaque on the bottom reads, Theodora Trelawney, born Bunbury, loving wife of George Adam. Hey, that may be Nigel's grandmother.
Probably yes.
Perfect. It fits neatly into my pocket.
I put the whole portrait in my pocket? So you can put this gigantic portrait in your pocket, but not any of the other stuff. How in the fuck are you not able to do that?
I don't want to find out how deep that black abyss is.
Oh, sure. Everyone's got limits here. Like those pockets. You'd think you could fit something else in there that's big. Why not?
There's some kind of electronic module inside this crate. If I had to guess, I'd say it was something conceived by the scientists of the Smith Institute.
Probably. Let's grab it.
All right, more inventory.
Yeah, okay, shut up. I really want to finish this game today. Back to the Institute.
This module fits perfectly into the socket on this device. It looks like the machine has been powered up. Holy moly! This device must somehow create or attract lightning. No wonder this tree smashed through the side of the building.
Nice. So stand near this guy and jalapeno.
Oh, I'm just a victim myself. I didn't know what I was doing.
Let's hope he doesn't look too closely at the box before the bus comes.
Bye-bye. Okay.
That won't help open the chest. That won't help open the chest.
Can I open it just?
How can I open this without a key? Maybe with dynamite. Or a jackhammer. Or gravity, perhaps?
I need to open it. Gravity. I can do that. I know a high place. Let's just... Let me save first. And bye-bye. No, I mean bye-bye.
Help open the chest.
How do I... Oh.
Look out below!
Yeah, don't do this in real life.
Huh. That crate smashed like an egg on the ground below.
Don't throw things off
for gravity.
like tall places, okay? It might hurt someone.
Wow. Just look at all this stuff. These things all look pretty valuable. Wait a minute. Oh no. I think I'm gonna be sick. I shouldn't have dropped that box from the lighthouse.
Why? What? Oh dear, I think this is like a
priceless Ming vase. Smashed to pieces.
Oh my god.
It's a priceless Fabergé egg. And it's broken. The rarest and most expensive baseball card there is. Honus Wagner. And it's torn to shreds. I think I'm gonna be sick.
You did this. You did this. Gotta use a screwdriver or something to open it, but no. And also, either the box is huge or this stuff are tiny. How the fuck did you put a vase and this farm brunch egg into that one tiny box?
My lucky dice. You got them back from those stupid castle guards, see? Thank you, friend. If only I knew.
How about...
Just give me the crystal heads.
Jacobo, we need to set sail now. Give the young man the reward you promised.
Oh, now
Cursed? Or is...
Just take the damn thing. More crates of fish. Now, metallic plates.
I should handle this. I can't reach it from here.
Extend my reach.
I should handle...
I don't have anything to extend my reach. Okay. Let's cure this guy first. It's been a days for too long.
Say cheese.
Gosh, by the unholy white whale and the seagulls that are following him. What was that?
You've been under heavy hypnosis. Are you feeling any better?
Aye, thanks to you, mate. The last thing I remember is Dr. Coppelius being kidnapped by those uniformed yellow-belly officials.
Don't worry. Dr. Coppelius and Nora are safe. Unfortunately, Vincent is still on the run, but we're going after him.
Shroom and me, we'll stay here for now if you don't mind. I still feel
He's so adorable.
foggy around me head, and we still have to repair our ship.
Just do me a favor and give Vincent a good whacking with this when you find him. I won't be forgetting what he did to me, sea cucumber.
Thank you. Can I grab something?
No.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I got the extender thing to reach the painting. Yay.
That works.
Nice. And to wrap it in metal, I know aluminum foil is over here. Wrap this in aluminum foil. And do it with the other one too.
It's now a metal plate of roughly human-sized dimensions.
The surprising thing of not letting Nigel see the photograph of his grandmother first.
Great. I now have 2 metallic plates to give Dr. Coppelius.
Nice, okay. Final thing is taking Nigel's photograph. Yeah, but before I do that, I really need to go to the bathroom first. Been streaming for nearly 2 hours straight without stretching or anything, so I'm gonna have to go do that. I'm gonna go stretch a bit, run to the bathroom pretty quickly, and then come back and finish the game. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.